Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Deep in the heart of Belgium brings us to Week 13, Racer Nexus Driver Appreciation Race. It's our way of saying thank you to all the drivers who participated in the various leagues we've covered this season. Welcome in, this is Racer Nexus, I'm Rob Campbell, and we are in qualifying here for the first ever annual, I guess it could be quadrannual, I'm not sure if that's the proper term or not, 4 times a year. After each season we could do this, who knows, see how it goes. But this is the Racer Nexus Driver Appreciation, Racer Appreciation race, where we're throwing a 40-minute race here with the new car. Well, I guess it's revised cars. They've all seen physics updates this season, the TCR cars and the GTE machines. Looks like the field dominated by GTEs this evening. Only 4 drivers have dared taken to the TCRs. Kind of interesting. I thought maybe the TCRs would have a much bigger show than the GTEs, but you know what? It looks very strong on the GTE side of things, with I think about 20 GTE cars in session. And as I mentioned, only those 4 TCRs, but we're gonna have a ton of fun. Qualifying, as I said, just getting underway here. The drivers heading out on track. Let's take a look at our weather conditions for this evening. 77-degree Fahrenheit air temp, 79-degree Fahrenheit track temp. Conditions partly cloudy. It looks like more like it's mostly sunny to me. Humidity 45%, and luckily enough for the drivers, no rain in the forecast here this evening. Although the GTE cars do have rain tires now. I'm not sure how well they work in the rain. Haven't actually got behind the wheel to test the updates here. So we're gonna do 40 minutes of racing. They will be limited to 40% fuel in the GTEs. 45% in the TCRs, just to kind of try and offset the fuel load that our drivers are using here this evening. As we pick up a couple drivers here, Kevin Berquist from our Throttle Freaks League, currently out there on track. Nobody has set a time yet. They're all just finished up their first out lap, and they are in the middle of putting in their first hot lap here now as it stands. We're running the new bike layout. I guess it's not all that new anymore. It came out a couple seasons ago. So what is it? So you get up Kemmel Straight through No Name. I think it's No Name. We used to call it No Name, or they used to call it No Name. I can't remember. One or the other. Just before Puhan. So we're using the bike layout. So it's a quick little left kind of downhill section where you don't have the slower left-hand sweeper, which, you know, causes a lot of issues. I kind of like this layout better, so I enjoy it more. So that's the track I put in the session, because you know what? I control the session. I have that power. Alex Goldschmidt in chat. Welcome in, Alex. Hope you're feeling better. Alex and I were supposed to be covering this one tonight, plus doing a pre-broadcast of another league before, but unfortunately he's been stricken with the flu bug and lost his voice. So get well soon, Alex. We look forward to seeing him back in the booth as Marshall Crocker going to be one of the first drivers across the line. And he's going to take pole as it stands right now ahead of Herbert Pineda. Only 3/10 separating those two drivers. Chase Matsko currently occupying third spot, so nice run for them. It's good to see the old Ford GT back out. We go on board here with Marshall Crocker Jr. For the GP loop, it's called Jackie X Corner. Ah, thank you, Alex. I can trust on you to know the name of the corners. We're going to see this corner here very shortly as we're on board here with Marshall Crocker. So a quick little sweeping left-hander here. A little bit blind there for some of the drivers here. Just a little lift of the throttle through there. It's a much faster corner. I enjoy it better driving. There is some pushback from a lot of drivers on iRacing. They're not necessarily all that thrilled with that corner, but you know what? I think once you get in it and you start driving it, it's a ton of fun. But let's check on our TCR drivers here. Uncle Tank, Zach Tankersley, one of our Freedom Motorsports Alliance drivers. Usually see him behind the GT3 machine. You're going to see him in some prototypes and GT3s this coming season as FMA expanding to 2 broadcast nights a week. Mondays will still be the GT3 machines, and then Thursdays we're going to get to see the prototypes on track, the LMP2s and the GTPs. So interesting to see how our drivers transition from the GT3 machinery to the all-out race machines that are the LMP2s and the GTPs. Now, modern GT3 still has a ton of aerodynamics behind it, but still nowhere near what you would find on a prototype machine. So pick up Chase Matsko, another one of our FMA drivers. Sharp looking paint scheme on that RSR for Chase Matsko. Tyler Graff, one of our Throttle Freaks drivers, another Ford out there. Loving seeing all these Ford GTs on track. As he's just gone around one of our TCRs, I believe that was James McRae that he just went by. McRae, one of our Tobacco Road Sim Racing Oval drivers. You see them on Wednesday with the Kirby paint scheme. I haven't seen Kirby in forever. I wonder if Nintendo still makes Kirby games. I'll have to look into that. But James McRae, nice to see him out in something other than a left turn machine. David Bush III, another one of our Throttle Freaks drivers. Lunatic Racing in the BMW. It's probably one of the best sounding cars in iRacing. The old BMW M8 just had this raw growl to it, and just the overrun on the exhaust. See if we can get let's go chase cam, see if we can hear the exhaust just burbling out of the back of this M8. And here, once he goes to slow down, we have the overrun. What a great sounding machine. Tough to handle. I'm not sure how it handles this season with the updates, but it was tricky. It had a tendency to snap the back end around. It looks like it's working well for David Bush III. As I say that, he drops a couple tires off track. Corey Mitchell, one of our Apex This Sim racers in the Corvette. If you didn't know, Corey actually drives a Corvette in Time Attack Challenges. I believe Corey's got a C6, if I remember correctly. I'm sure he'll correct me once the race is over and the stream's over. But Corey, a well-seasoned IRL Time Attack driver. I know he loves driving the GTE machines, so not surprising seeing him out here this evening. Matt Schlosser, another Ford GT driver. Matt, the chief admin of the Special Stage League. Special Stage right now, one race into the latest Jumpy Truck season. Oh, let's get rid of those logos. So good to see Matt out on track. We see him towards the end of last season. He was participating in Apex This and GT4 too as well, holding his own. Matt, a fairly competent GT4 driver. Raced against him a couple seasons back when we first picked up Special Stage. Did one of their GT4 races that they're doing. Matt, well equipped behind a sports car, not just a off-road jumpy truck, but Herbert Pineda, one of our Throttle Freaks drivers, up to top spot in qualifying now. He's ahead of Marshall Crocker by 0.177. Very tight qualifying right now at the top of the field. Gen 2 TCR, yeah, there you go, Alex. There it is, Uncle Tank in the newest car to iRacing, I guess. I don't really know what updates there were. Looks like it's mainly aero updates. The front bumper has definitely been reworked. A lot bigger grille openings, a little bit wider in the front end. Sharp looking at TCR. It's unfortunate that Audi stopped their sports car program. I guess we'll see how F1 works out. Maybe they can bring back the sports car side of things after a couple of years once it gets settled with F1 and the costs there. I always enjoy driving the R8 and the Audi TCR, the RS3 TCR. Always a fun car to drive. Takes a little bit of a different driving style to handle these machines. Roman Bykov, another one of our Apex this drivers. Used to see him in the Mazdas and the GT4s. He's got Matt Schlosser. We were just talking about going around to the inside of him there. Roman's going to let him through. Matt also made a couple podiums in the NPLs for Apex 4. Yes, he did. Yes, he did, Alex. What else we got here on track? Jay Steffi. And there is a sharp-looking paint job on that BMW. Steffi, another one of our Throttle Freaks drivers. See him doing well out here tonight. Currently sitting in 4th place in qualifying, so nice run for him. Jack Hedgecoats in the Porsche. Porsche for the purists. Porsche. This past season's Throttle Freaks Pro Class GT3 winner. Currently sitting in 7th place. If Jack holds true to his word, although he's told us every season so far that he wouldn't be back the following season because he had school requirements, but then he ends up showing up. So we'll see. We'll see if he comes back. I've been checking the entry list to see if he shows up. So far, he hasn't. So this could be the season where Jack Hedgecoats finally tells us he won't be back the next season and then doesn't show up. But right now, currently sitting in 9th place in qualifying in GTE. Anthony Jenkins, our FMA GT3 winner this past season. No surprise seeing him in the Porsche RSR as we saw him driving the 911 GT3 all season in the Freedom Motorsports Alliance GT3 Challenge. So we'll see how Anthony does with the prototypes this season. I believe he told us he's going to be trying to do the double duty this season, doing both days of the week. Colin McKenzie. Now, little secret, if you didn't know out there, I've been racing with the Lunatic guys for a number of years, although I haven't raced in probably most of this year. Colin, the chief of Lunatic Racing. It's a well-known fact, he is still a massive fan of the Ford GT and the GTE version of it. Probably one of the happiest guys to see they got revamped. Got some rain tires here. Hopefully that picks the GTE class back up again because they are a ton of fun to drive. What a livery by Jack on the 24 RSR reminds me of the 97 Le Mans 24 winning 911 GT1 car. Took Alan McNish to his first win at Les Sarthe. There we go. Jack Hedgecoats on screen. I'm going to have to look that up, Alex. I am terrible for remembering liveries from one car to the next in IRL, unless it's Rexy and Spike. You know, that's pretty easy to pick out of a lineup anywhere. There's a car you see, there's a livery you see basically anytime you go to a Walmart or a Target. You head through the Hot Wheels section, you are going to see this car plastered everywhere. The Corvette Hot Wheels machine, and you know what? I can't think of a more epic combination here than Hot Wheels and a Corvette. Brian Dees powering that car. One of our American Sim Racing League drivers, ASRL. You would have caught them Wednesday night this season driving the C7 Daytona prototypes and the GT3. So Brian doing well right now in 7th place in class. It's qualifying for him. He's got Colin McKenzie just right behind him there on track. Let's see, we got time running out on qualifying. Can't really find anybody else other on track. To pick up Anthony Bronco, another one of the Ford drivers. I'm actually surprised to see how many Fords we have in the session. We've actually got a couple Ferraris. We haven't looked at any of them, but unfortunately they are all off track as Josh Higgy just quit to the pits. Ian Cabana too as well in the Ferrari. Looks like we only have 2 488 GTEs. Looks like Kent Kruger popped into the session at the last minute. We'll see if he hits the track or not. So pick up Jay Steffi going through the trees. Still a sharp looking paint job on that car. Anthony Bronco, the Winds paint theme, always a classic. See that on various cars through various different sports car series across the world. Winds heavily into sports car racing. Oliver Brooks, we haven't mentioned him yet. The Mantis themed BMW M8. All these Mantis paint jobs done by one fellow on Trading Paint. I've got him bookmarked too as well, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he's got basically the same paint job. He does it in basically any color you can possibly think of, and they're very sharp. Some of them are, they all kind of have like a flat matte carbon fiber look to them. Some of them have like a chrome kind of flash through the color area, but they're all well done. It does excellent work. If you're looking for a sharp paint job for any of the cars you want to race, look up Mantis on Trading Paints. Another classic paint job here on the Honda Civic Type R here, Roman Bykov, the Spoon Sports. Remember this paint theme from back in the World GT Challenge days when they used to plaster it on the Acura TSX, I think it was, they were running at that point in time. But that is end of qualifying here, so looks like everybody has pulled off track. Wait for timing and scoring to click over here. Looks like we got about 50 seconds or so left in the session. While we have that time, we'll take and give a shout out to our sponsors who have been with us all season here. The first one is, let me just find it in my list here. There we go. Trackcams for Gourmets, again, providing us with all the great camera action we're seeing here tonight. Trackcams22.com is where you can find them. All of the similar to IRL camera action. So if you're at a track where IMSA frequents, he tries to mimic IMSA camera angles they use on broadcasts. If it's a NASCAR track, same thing, tries to mimic the NASCAR broadcast cameras, whether it's NBC, Fox, or so forth. And then same for WEC and Formula One. So trackcams22.com, thank you for providing all that great action. And then Apex Sim Racing. Again, you find yourself 5% discount code in the description of the video. Use that to get 5% off anything they sell in store from their own brand of products to products from manufacturers like SimMagic, SimiCube, Moza. They even sell PC systems, chassis, basically everything you need to get yourself on track out here racing with the rest of the drivers. Again, thank you, Apex Sim Racing Shop. Okay. Looks like timing and scoring has clicked over. Let's take a look at our grid. Herbert Pineda going to hold on to top spot. He'll have Josh Higgy to his outside. Jack Hedgecoke's end of qualifying shoots up into 3rd place. He'll have Marshall Crocker Jr. to his outside. Jay Steffi and Tyler Graff going to make up a row 3 in 5th and 6th place, with David Bush III and Colin McKenzie in 7th and 8th. Rounding out the top 10, Anthony Bronco and Brian Dees. A couple of those two epic paint schemes going to start side by side. P11 going to go to Chase Matskill with Kevin Berquist to his outside in 12th place. 13th goes to Matt Schlosser with Faraz Ibrahim. In 14th place, Aaron Sunday and Ian Cabana going to make up 15th and 16th place. Sorry, that's Mr. Ian Cabana. Anthony Jenkins in 17th with Ant Nieperson in 18th. David Marino in 19th with Corey Mitchell, rounding out our top 20. 21st place, we're going to find Oliver Brooks. Ron Matthews in 22nd. Hey, look, there's me in 23rd. Keon Maduro in 24th, which is actually 23rd. Kent Kruger, Robert Nelson going to round out our GTE field. And then in the TCRs, we had one more pop in at the end. We're going to have Uncle Tank, Zach Tankersley on pole with Javier Sierra to his outside. Rowan Bykoff in 29th place, that's third in class, with James McCrae in 5th. And that's going to round out our field there of, looks like 29 cars, as technically I'm listed in there, but I do not count. So there we go. Our grid is set. Welcome into the chat, Matt Mars. Yeah, you should be disappointed that you're not out there on track with the rest of these drivers. There we go. We are pulling away. Herbert Pineda and Josh Heagy going to lead them off. Wait, I'm not sure why Keon Maduro is being shown as a TCR. We'll have to get that fixed up. He is in a GTE machine, but we will get that fixed up here. And shakes and stick. Oh, don't mind that. Let's get this fixed up here. Keon. Racing had a little issue there. There we go. We've got him in the correct class now. And look at that. We made it back just in time before the green flag has dropped. Field heading down the front stretch. Green flag is out, and away we go. Oh, Corey Mitchell quickly off into the wall. That's not going to bode well for him. A driver who I said loves driving these GTEs. Rough start for him. Herbert Pineda going to hold on to top spot. Josh Heagy into second. Marshall Crocker in third. Jack Hitchcock's in fourth place. Colin McKenzie up into fifth right now. Strong start for him. Ian Cabana up 7 spots already in the ninth, taking advantage of some others' misfortunes. He has Mr. Brian Dees working his way on the inside. Anthony Barranco right there too as well. They're going to go 3 wide up to Kemmel Straight. Now will they stay 3 wide into the braking zone? Let's pop up top and see, they've sorted themselves out. Single file, well played. Now these new tires, they're going to have similar effect to the GT3s have now, where our driver's going to have to be careful to get the tires up to temp, as we see Kevin Berquist around early on. Rough start for him. Oh, Corey Mitchell again off track. Oh, man. That one hurts. That hurts. Corey had mentioned me here. Somebody messaged me earlier today to find out the details on the race. There you go, meatball flag for Corey Mitchell. That's unfortunate for him. Let's take a look and see what happened to Corey here. Not sure if there was a solo incident. He was running alone at this point in time. Oh, I think he just, not sure if that was a hardware issue or if that was intentional there for Corey. Unfortunately, off he goes. Oh, so we see Tyler Graff going off in the background. See, he was able to just keep it off the wall though. To get himself back on track. He's going to fall down to 15th place. But as I was saying earlier, you see Marshall Crocker getting some pressure from Josh Heagy that these new GTE tires are going to be similar to the GT3s, where it takes about a lap or so to get them up to temp. The driver's going to have to be careful in that time. The cars are going to understeer, and they're going to have a tendency to lose the back end if they get under the throttle too quickly. So something that anybody that really drives the GT3s the past couple seasons has come accustomed to. But for these drivers who may have been focusing on jumpy trucks or turning left on ovals, not going to be quite as familiar with it. So that's why we're seeing a few drivers off track as we head back to the TCR class here. Now Roman Bykoff got himself up in the top spot. James McCrae now currently holding down third place with Uncle Tank right in behind him. I gotta say that Audi is just beautiful. What a piece of work that thing is. could be just the liquid moly paint scheme on it, but that is a sharp looking car right there for Uncle Tank, Zach Tankersley. We head back up to the front. Top four seem to be breaking away here now. Herbert Pineda still holding on to top spot, but he has Marshall Crocker Jr., Josh Heege right there in tow. Jack Hedgecoats sticking on the back of him too as well. Pineda doing well. Let's go back to the secondary pack being led by Jay Steffi and the Q3 Sim Sports machine. He has Colin McKenzie, Brian Dees, Anthony Barranco right there on tow, and David Bush III, the final car in that pack. So it looks like we got two packs developing here early on. We got a 4-car pack leading the way. We got Jay Steffi leading another, what do we have, 1, 2, 3, 5-car pack. Looks like Chase Matsko and Matt Schlosser in charge of trying to run down that secondary pack. Schlosser in the GTE, or Ford GTE. That's a mouthful. I feel sorry for any of the commentators in real life when the Ford GT was prevalent, winning all those races, trying to spit out Ford GTE without tripping over your tongue or biting the tip of it. It's been a challenge and a half. Mr. Ian Cabana, one of our Ferrari drivers, he's got Matt Schlosser up ahead of him. Ian Cabana up 4 spots right now. Schlosser up 2 spots. Again, winners of each class will get 10 iRacing dollars sent off to them. It'll help cover the cost of any new cars that they would have bought this season. Actually, I think all the cars that came in this season were free, except for maybe the Ram truck on the NASCAR side. Pretty sure the update to the TCR Audi was free if you already owned the Audi TCR, obviously. So only the real purchase you would have had to make was St. Pete's. That's going to be an interesting one. I've seen that on a number of schedules that we're going to be covering next season. St. Petersburg, the street circuit. It's not your typical street circuit, though a little more open on the first half of the track where it's running on the airport runway. So interesting to see how our drivers transition from the wide open runway section of the track into the tight confines of the more street circuit. It's Herbert Pineda now really showing the legs of that Porsche RSR. He's now opened up 8/10 over second place Marshall Crocker as he continues to battle with Josh Heege in third place. Jack Hedgecoats right there too as well. Oof. Hedgecoats going out wide, or no, sorry, it's Heege going wide in the dirt. That's going to allow Hedgecoats to move up the inside. He's going to take advantage of that mistake by Heege. Saw Hedgecoats battling with some highly rated drivers in the Throttle Freaks Championship to take top spot in pro, so we know he has the skills to pilot these cars. Although it looks like something happened to Kent Kruger. He's going to get himself back on track. The Big Dog Racing driver hopped in near the end of the session. Was doing well in the Ford GT, or sorry, the Ferrari GTE 488 GTE. I moved up a couple spots. Oh man, those tires just a little cool still for him up on the curb. Just lost the back end, but it looks like everybody was able to get around Kent, so he'll be able to continue on. And man, why do these logos keep coming up here? We love to support ASRL, but I don't want the logo show. Let's head back up a little farther to the front. David Bush III now falling back a little bit off that secondary pack. Jay Steffi still leads the way. He's starting to bridge the gap between that second pack and the leaders here. If you can get a little closer and bring Brian Dees with them, they're all within draft range of each other here. They could reel back in the leaders while they continue to battle here. As Hedgecoats got around Marshall Crocker to get up into second spot here. So he's worked his way up. Had fallen down one spot into fourth. He got into third, now around Crocker into second. Can he chase down Herbert Pineda Jr., or Senior, sorry. Junior. Yeah, Marshall Crocker Jr. and Herbert Pineda Sr. Going back and forth between Junior and Senior here is a tricky one. So keep an eye on this battle as it is for now. Let's see if I can fix that issue I'm having with the logos so I get that to stop showing. But again, this is a thank you race to all of our drivers, leagues who have participated this season on Racers Nexus. Thank you to all of them. We appreciate it. The battle here between Chase Masco, David Bush III. Masco tried to make a move up the inside. Bush III was able to defend. Chase Masco now in a lunatic sandwich here. David Bush III, lunatic driver. Colin McKenzie, lunatic driver. Chase Masco in between these two. See if the three of them can chase up ahead. Speaking of chasing, Jack Hedgecock's eating into that gap of Herbert Pineda. It's got it down to 1.2 seconds. It was as high as just under 2 seconds. Hedgecock's lap last time by 2:14.4. Pineda 2:14.67. So these two Porsche RSRs making their way to the front of the field. Now the balance of performance was updated for this Class 2 as well this season. It's for the longest time been a Porsche RSR kind of field where basically you drove the Porsche, you had the upper hand at almost every track. So it looks a little more balanced here. We are getting the two Porsches leading the way right now, but those Fords looking quick, the Ferraris looking quick, the BMWs, the Corvette. You know, we've got, of the 5 manufacturers, we've got all 5 of them occupying the top 6 spots. So looks like it's balanced out a little more. Obvious Sierra has worked his way around Roman Bykov in the top spot in TCR. Uncle Tank, Zach Tankersley falling back a little bit in 3rd place. He's gotten around James McRae, but for the most part, all 4 of these TCR is still fairly close on track. Let's go on board with the Uncle Tank. Looks like the car sounds more or less the same as it did before. Oh, you get some nicer pops though on the downshift versus what they had before. Quicker upshifts by the sound of it. I think overall, mostly it was a aero update on the TCR. Oh, we have passed for the lead as Hedgecock. Oh man, Pineda, issue for him. He has fallen back into 4th place. Let's take a look and see what happened here to Herbert Pineda, who was leading the race. It's very similar to what happened to Kent Kruger. Just got a little too up on the curb, potentially bottomed out that car. A little kiss off the wall, cost him 4 spots down into 4th place. So Herbert Pineda, our pole sitter, going to have some work to do to get himself back up to the sharp end of the field here. Hedgecock now leads the way with Crocker Jr. right there. 5/10 back. Josh Hickey still lurking in behind 2 as well. Got a battle back here. Ant Nieperson. He's now caught up to Colin McKenzie. Right on McKenzie's tail. Nieperson in the BMW. The car just looks so massive. It was such a wide and such a long car. The Ford GT, which is already a massively wide car as it is, just kind of gets dwarfed by that BMW. See if Nieperson able to get a run through Blanchimont to potentially make a move on McKenzie here. A little breathe of the throttle there for Nieperson. McKenzie giving him the inside line. He's going to defend. A little later on the braking there, the Ford GT showing its prowess on the brakes. McKenzie going to hold on to that spot for now. Nieperson looking strong in behind though. Potentially see a move here as they exit out of La Source and head up Eau Rouge. They're now on lap 6. We're at 28 minutes left to go in this race, so 17 minutes quickly clicking off through this race here. Will the BMW get a run to make a move on the Ford up the Kemmel Straight? We got Anthony Jenkins just up ahead of them, that all-gray Porsche RSR just lurking off screen. There we go, Nieperson moves to the inside. So he's going to have enough overrun to make the pass stick here. Can McKenzie use those braking powers of the Ford to outlast him here? He tried. Nieperson going to have to go a long way around, but it's going to transition into this inside line for him here. McKenzie going to have to give up that move, but what a battle there between those two drivers up the Kemmel Straight. Love to see it. As we head back to the battle for 2nd place, Crocker Jr. falling back a little bit off Hedgecock's now. Hickey reeling him in. We got Porsche, Ford, Ferrari, 1, 2, 3. On board here with Josh Higgy. With a Ferrari 488 GTE, not the best sounding car in the world. Definitely not the 488 Special, that is for sure. Herbert Pineda, our pole sitter, trying to recover from that spin he had. Doing well so far. Still have that battle between McKenzie and Meeperson. Maduro lurking in behind. Now again, there's also a $10 iRacing bucks to the driver who makes the most positions up in the race. They had to qualify though. So right now, Maduro up the most positions, but he did not qualify. So he does not qualify. It's like right now, Jenkins and Meeperson. Can't remember off the top of my head if Meeperson qualified or not. So he's up 7 spots. 11th place, we'll have to check that. So that would be an 18th place qualifying. We'll have to take a look and see if he put in a time or not. He and Anthony Jenkins tied at +7 right now. And it's Brian Dees up 4 spots in 6th place. Our highest ranked Corvette driver right now, the Hot Wheels machine, doing well. He's in a little bit of no man's land right now. He's 4 seconds back of Jay Steffi up ahead and 2.5 seconds ahead of David Bush III in behind him. So nobody really to work with here. Just going to try and force the limit or force the issue himself here. Try and find that pace, extract it, try and catch up to the drivers up ahead. Speaking of up ahead, battle for second place getting a little spicier here. Crocker Jr. still holding off Higgy, but Higgy looking racy in behind, looking left, looking right, trying to find a way around, trying to force a mistake for Crocker Jr. Unable to do so right now. A battle a little farther back here between David Marino and Faraz Ibrahim. Faraz in the Red Bull paint scheme, couple portion. 929 RSR is battling it out. They got the Ferrari of Ian Cabana up ahead of him. Oh man, Marino gonna go around. Locks it up. See, hopefully he can get back on track here without any issue. He's on track. Ron Matthews about 19 seconds back, so track is clear for him. Uncle Tank, our first driver to come in for the pits. So David Marino gonna fall down 1 spot for him. He qualified into 20th place now. 19th place currently is Kevin Bergquist, just in behind Oliver Brooks. Brooks is up 3 spots where he qualified. Actually, I believe Brooks did not set a time. We saw him on track, but he did not set a valid time. Josh Higgy into the pits. First of our GTE drivers coming in for his service. So pull into his stall here with Uncle Tank just up ahead. So we got some shared stalls here with some of the drivers. I hate that Spa does that. They have like 70 pit stalls, but for some reason, if you're using the certain pits, it makes them double it up. Such a pain. But Higgy into the pits. Hedgecoke still leads the way. Crocker Jr., though, reeled him back in. Now sitting only 3/10 back of Hedgecoke's. Not sure if Hedgecoke's has gone a little bit of a fuel-saving run here. To be honest with you, I didn't test the fuel here to see if they'd be able to get through on just 1 stop or not. They are definitely going to have to stop for fuel. Will it be 1 stop? Will it be 2? Who knows? Oh, battle here between Graf and Maduro. Oh, Graf goes a little wide. Slippery back end of that Ford. Maduro going to make the move around him. Can Graf counteract that? Looks like Robert Nelson has had an issue. He has crashed. Let's take a look here what happened to him. Oh man, that car already banged up. That is an unhappy Red Bull machine. Let's see if maybe we can find out what happened to him. To have that car looking all sorts of wrong there, as it looks like Graf has been able to get back by around Maduro. They're going to battle though. Maduro looked up the inside, tried to late brake. Tyler Graf in the Ford, unable to do so. Graf can hold him to that spot, but they are losing time to Ant Meeperson up ahead. who's fallen back down behind McKenzie. McKenzie able to get back around him now and opened up just under 1 second gap between them. Anthony Bronco just up ahead of them in the wins machine. Anthony, our only driver right now, still running where he qualified. Everybody else is either moved up or moved down. Our leaders across the line, they're going to start lap number 8. David Bush III into the pits for his service. First of our BMWs we've seen come in. Looks like Tyler Graff coming in too as well in the Ford GT. Javier Sierra still leading the way in TCR. He's now opened up 6.5 seconds over Roman Bykoff in second place. You'll see Bykoff getting passed by our leaders. Gives them plenty of room on the inside. As we're going to move for top spot, Crocker Jr. looks to the inside. Looks like Hedgecock's going to give it to him. Oh, he tries to cross him over. Crocker Jr. taking advantage of that wide Ford GT. That's going to cycle Hedgecock's down into second place. Herbert Pineda getting back into the action here. You see him lurking in behind. He's slowly reeling them back in. Could have a 3-car battle here for top spot shaping up if Pineda can get a little closer. Hedgecock's moving to the left. Can he try and use that lap car up ahead, the TCR, to make the move? Doesn't need to. He's going to get it moved, done before Puhan as Crocker backs out. So cycle him back to second place as they move around. Javi Sierra, our leader in TCR. Sorry, that's not Javi Sierra. That's Javi Sierra. Oh, I saw 53. No, 979. I see a 53. Oh, I must be seeing things. I thought it said 53 on it for car number. Well, our leader, Javi Sierra, going to let the leaders through. We continue battle on. I suspect we probably see the leaders pop in this time for their fuel service. We'll keep an eye on this battle here. As they head into the final set of corners. This Ford's definitely great on the brakes. You really see them drive deeper into the braking section before they have to hammer the brakes. Now they're going to go around one more lap here. So flying past Barney the flagman. Herbert Pineda getting ever so closer. Now has that gap under a second. He's going to be within draft here now, heading up Eau Rouge and the Kemmel Straight. Jay Steffi getting closer in behind too as well. He's lurking ever so closer in that BMW. I'm wondering if we're seeing maybe some fuel saving here by our leaders, trying to push the fuel mileage a little farther. We got Colin McKenzie in the pits, Anthony Jenkins, Ant Meepersing, Keon Majuro. As we're about mid-pack back, we're seeing them into the pits for the fuel cycle. So it's only a matter of time here, I think, before the leaders come in. As you see, Hedgecock's dropping a tire into the dirt, kicking up a little bit of dust. Porsche looking mighty in the mid to high speed corners. Yeah, that's the Porsche's bread and butter, Alex. The high speed twisty stuffs. It's never the outright fastest car in a straight line, but the twisty stuff is where the Porsche works well, especially these 99 RSRs where it's a mid motor car versus the more rearward motor cars in the 911 GT3R. A little more balanced. Purpose-built race car is the 929. Herbert Pineda looks like he's got a little bit of front splitter damage. Might have been from when he had that spin. Seemed to be compromising his aero too much as he's now caught up to the back of Crocker. He's fallen back to 1.1 seconds back of Hedgecock's. Got battle a little farther back here between Tyler Graff and Colin McKenzie. A couple Ford GTs. A couple sharp-looking GTs. I love that kind of carbon fiber-esque matte and flat paint job combo that Tyler Graff has on his car. Sharp-looking thing. Oh, no, it looks like something happened to Matt Schlosser. Let's see if we can find out what happened to him. The red and white Ford GT, that's Matt Schlosser. This looks like our leaders have come into the pits for this. Oh, he just misses the brake marker at the end of the Kemmel Straight. Unfortunate for him. See the leaders are now come in. All of our top 4, Brian Dees, Chase Matsko come in too as well. So the rest of the field at the end of their pit window here. There comes Matsko across the timing scoring loop. There comes Anthony Barranco. So it looks like Ian Cabana, Faraz Ibrahim, Kevin Berquist, all those drivers should be coming in this time too as well. And they are. David Bush III, one of the first drivers we saw come in for his fuel stop. He trying to utilize the undercut here across the line, picking up a number of spots. Gets himself back up to 6th place. Jay Steffi going to come out just ahead of him. So looks like the undercut might have worked here for David Bush III. He was able to leapfrog Brian Dees. Chase Matsko is going to come out just behind him, ahead of Jenkins and Barranco. But we're going to have a drag race here between Barranco and Jenkins. Jenkins already going to have his tires back up to temp as he's already completed his stop. Barranco wisely doesn't try to push it, backs in behind, utilize the draft off Jenkins as he get those tires back up to temp. The battle here between Aaron Sunday, one of our Apex This racers, and Faraz Ibrahim, one of our Breaking Bad GT3 drivers. Both of them in the Porsche RSR GTE machines, battling up the hill they go. We've got Kevin Berquist in behind him. Sunday looking to the inside of Ibrahim, unable to make that move. Faraz Ibrahim is going to outbrake him. It's actually going to allow Kevin Berquist to get a little closer to this battle. Marshall Crocker Jr., 1 minute and 20 in his pit stall. Or sorry, 1 minute 20 pit stop, 52 seconds. Oh, that's going to be a speeding. That's going to be a speeding penalty for Marshall Crocker Jr., our driver who was sitting in 2nd place when he came in for service. That's going to spell the end of his challenge to win the race here, unfortunately for him. That's going to relieve some of the pressure for Jack Hedgecokes. Currently leading the way, Josh Heege is going to take over 2nd place. Herbert Pineda Jr. fell to 3rd. Heege was able to leapfrog him through service. Herbert Pineda was coming on strong the last couple laps before they came in for fuel. That light fuel load seemed to be working well for Pineda and that Porsche RSR. Roman Bykov has got himself back up to the front. He is yet to pit though. He's got to be nearing the end of that pit window. They do have a little bit more fuel load in the TCRs, but he is going to have to come in at some point in time for some fuel. That should give Javi Sierra back top spot in TCR. It's currently that gap is about 20 seconds between them. Sierra's time on and off pit road, 42 seconds. McRae is 41 seconds, so unfortunately Roman Bykov going to be about 20 seconds shy. That'll probably work out about 15 seconds shy of Javi Sierra to hold on to that spot. But James McRae has got himself back around Uncle Tank to take over 3rd spot in class. Audi versus Honda battle here. The Audi looking quick in a straight line. It's like the Honda maybe a little more nimble in the twisty sections. Who's going to get the better acceleration out of the final corner? Looks like the Audi with Uncle Tank, Zach Tankersley. Oh, he's going to pull it off. That's going to relieve all that pressure on the back of James McRae. Unfortunately for Uncle Tank. Race setting for him. Herbert Pineda continues to try and eat into that gap between he and Josh Heege. Jay Steffi lurking behind Ian Cabana. Still yet to pit. Fuel saving mission here for Ian Cabana, up 11 spots. He still owes us a pit stop though. Could Ian Cabana be able to save enough fuel to get to the end? I highly doubt it. I expect to see him in next lap, but Jack Hedgecokes continues to put the go fast pedal on maximum fastness. That is a word I just made up. He's got that gap now up to 3 seconds ahead of Herbert Pineda, Josh Heege. Herbert Pineda 1.7 seconds, 1.6 now behind Heege. Continues to reel him in. Story of the day though, Hedgecokes started in 3rd, got himself up in the top spot after a short trip down to 4th. We've seen this story all season from Hedgecokes in the Throttle Freaks GT3 League. Had a rough start to last season, but from about midway point on, dominated the championship. Stephen McDonald challenged him to the end, but when it was all said and done, when the dust cleared, Jack Hedgecokes was your leader and your winner. Anthony Bronco, he's trying to put some pressure on Chase Matsko. There we see our leader in TCR, Rome Bykoff, has come into the pits now. That should give top spot back to Javier Sierra. Matsko getting a mirror full of wins for GT. Bronco coming quickly up the Kemmel straight here. Not enough overrun to make a move into the corner. Gonna have to try and find another way around. Matsko a little slow on and off that corner there. A little more apron usage than he wanted. Drops a couple tires on the left side into the kitty litter. That's gonna slow him up even more. Although that dust cloud they just threw at Bronco probably slowed him up a little bit too as well. And behind them, we see the battle between McKenzie and Nieperson. Nieperson's been able to get back around McKenzie. These guys have been battling tooth and nail here since the drop of the green flag. We've seen one driver ahead of the other. And then next time we go back, it's switched again. Nieperson right now holding on to 11th spot, just outside the top 10. McKenzie looks to the inside. Not enough late braking move to make that pass stick. Marshall Crocker Jr. has got himself up to 16th place, currently in behind Aaron Sunday. Unfortunately for Crocker Jr., that penalty is going to spell disaster for his opportunity at a win here. Josh Higgy trying to hold on to second spot, but Pineda is coming. We're going to cross the line with about 10 minutes to go. Chase Steffi lurking closer in behind. We got Justin, David Marino. Go David Marino. David might be the youngest one out there, only 14. Yeah, David had an unfortunate spin early on. He's trying to recover right now. He's the same spot he qualified in, 19th place, but he's got Oliver Brooks 6 seconds up the track. Keon Majuro, another car that had a bit of an issue here for him in his pit stop, 1 minute 22 seconds. So a couple penalties there for Majuro, spelling disaster for his race. Ian Cabana has finally come in for his pit stop. We've got a change for second place here. Higgy has been off. Let's take a look at what happened to him. It was just an off track, but spelled disaster for him. Looks like in through La Source in turn one. Oh, dropped the tire into the grass, the left rear tire. Got forced to lock up on the left front, sending him wide, and that's all Herbert Pineda needed to take over top spot. Now Higgy gonna have to deal with Jay Steffi. He's licking his chops here. Potential podium finish. Second place Herbert Pineda now 5 seconds back at Jack Hedgecokes. It's going to be an insurmountable lead without any mistakes by Hedgecokes with only 8.5 minutes to go in this one. Let's check back into this battle between McKenzie and Maeperson. Maeperson still holding on to 10th place. McKenzie still trying to find a way around Aaron Sunday, Marshall Crocker. They've got Ian Cabana, who's come back out from being fuel save god here, getting 3/4 of the way through the race, having to serve his pit stop. He's got Aaron Sunday, Marshall Crocker Jr. right in behind him here now. So it's 3 cars heading into the brake section. Crocker Jr. gonna make the move on Aaron Sunday. Next up on his hit list is Kevin Bergquist up ahead. McKenzie and Maeperson going door to door. McKenzie going to make that pass. 7.5 minutes to go here for Maeperson to try and get back around. They're reeling in Bronco up ahead. Matsko has been able to get around him and start to open up that gap now. 1.5 seconds between them. Looks like he been able to stabilize here in front of Jay Steffi. See what kind of run Steffi gets in the BMW heading up the hill. It's all uphill. Just getting a run, but fortunately not going to get enough of a run to try and make a move. Although he's closed that gap, he could set something up into potentially either in Puhan or out of Puhan here. It's more or less his next real, it's a realistic overtaking opportunity. You can make a pass anywhere if the driver makes a mistake, but that's where you're going to get enough draft and potentially make a run. But doesn't look like he's going to be close enough here to make that move. Our leader, Hedgecoats, continues to open up that gap over Herbert Pineda. Just under 6 seconds now, but well done to, hats off to Herbert Pineda. Our pole sitter had that one mistake, cost him the lead of the race, potentially the win here. Gathered it up, back up, worked his way back up into second place. Jay Steffi continues to try and hunt down Josh Higgy. Javier Sierra continues to lead TCR class comfortably now, 15 seconds ahead of Roman Bykoff in second place. James McRae in the Kirby car, currently third in class. As he's heading across the line, you see our leader Hedgecoats now going to pass him to put him another lap down. Hedgecoats starts lap 16. Faraz Ibrahim and Kevin Berquist, they've got Aaron Sunday just up ahead of them, style 15th, 16th, and 17th place. Faraz, one of the Red Bull cars, the one that still has a rear wing. Oliver Brooks is slowly closing in on them in behind. He's going to run out of time, though, to get into that battle with only 5 minutes to go. David Marino in 19th place, trying to recover after his little slippery spin. Brian Dees, our top placing Corvette. 6th place, up 4 spots where he qualified. Anthony Jenkins, 10th place, currently our biggest mover. Right now, he would snatch that $10 iRacing bucks. Once I confirm he did qualify. I'm trying to remember who qualified and who didn't off the top of my head, but the glory of that is we can check the records after. But right now, Anthony Jenkins in that spot to snatch away the 10 points, or 10 iRacing bucks for gaining most positions. Jack Hedgecoats looking at taking the win, and he would snatch his $10. Javi Sierra currently leading TCR, he would snatch away his $10 most positions gain, and then everybody else is up 1 spot. So right now it looks like nobody would get that bonus in TCR with only the 4 cars in class. So something would have to change here between Bykoff and McRae. As we pick back up, Branco has gotten around Matsko. See if we can take a look at what happened there. It looks like Chase Matsko was starting to pull away. So see Matsko up ahead. Oh, he's going to go off wide. That's all Branco needed to take over that position. Doesn't take a whole lot here in these GTE machines. No ABS. They do have traction control, but no ABS. You lock up those front tires, and you will just continue to slide. And with the new tire model, thankfully they won't overheat like they used to. Well, I guess they still overheat. No, Jay Steffi has crashed. Oh, he was looking at putting some pressure on the back of Josh Higgy. Around he goes. He's going to get himself back on track, but David Bush III is going to get around him. See if we can pick up what happened to him. Looks like Colin McKenzie had an off track too as well. So let's hear what happened to Jay Steffi. Looks like heading into La Source. So we saw Higgy have his issue early, or a few laps ago. Oh, there I was talking about it off the top where that BMW used to be tricky, where the back end would just snap around. It looks like it still somewhat has that tendency, as we just saw what happened to Steffi there. We'll see what happened to Colin McKenzie as he was battling with Peterson. Oh, just gets off wide off track. Kind of looked like it cost him a ton of time here. He's in behind Tyler Graff. Running out of time to chase him down, but our leader, Jack Hitchcock's putting a lap on the 21 of Ron Matthews. Let's see, Hitchcock's has about a quarter of the lap left here as he's heading into the quickest corner on the track, Francorchamps. He's across the line with about a minute or so to go. So he'll be picking up the white flag this time by. He's got that gap up to 8.6 seconds now over Herbert Pineda. Josh Higgy. He's lost that pressure from Jay Steffi. He sits 8 seconds up on David Bush III, who now has Jay Steffi in behind him. A couple BMWs battling it out. Brian Dees in 6th place. He's got Anthony Jenkins right in behind him here now. So Jenkins already was our biggest mover through the field. He's now caught up to Brian Dees, our lone Corvette in the top 15. He's got one more lap to try and pick up one more position here. It's our closest battle on track right now, so we'll stick with this one. See if Jenkins able to make the move as they come in and out of the source for the final time. As they get the run up the hill, will the Porsche, piloted by Anthony Jenkins, the navy paint scheme. Can he make a move on the Hot Wheels Corvette of Brian Dees? Ooh, Dees, a little struggle up on the curbs. They're going to have Roman Bykoff on the inside. They're going to clear him fairly quickly. Into the braking section. Jenkins going to make that move. He's going to cross over to force Dees to go the long way around. Wants to cross him over. Jenkins now plus 11 on the day into 6th place. Nicely done for him. Head back to this battle here between Steffi and Bush. Bush holding on to 4th place. Steffi trying to find a way around him. Clock has run out. Robert Nelson back into the pits. So he needs another little splash of fuel. Our leader, Jack Hedgecoats. Oh, is he having to save fuel? He is very short shifting. It's going to be close here for Jack Hedgecoats. He's got enough of a gap here, though, over Herbert Pineda. Herbert Pineda is going full fuel here. Hedgecoats was 1 full second quicker in his stall than Herbert Pineda. Didn't quite take enough fuel, having to really coast here at the end. Thankfully for him, he built up enough of a lead here where he could do it, but is he going to have enough fuel to get to the end here? One more corner to go and a short little straight for Hedgecoats. Pineda's right there. It's a drag race to the line. Hedgecoats going to take the win just ahead of Herbert Pineda. He had just enough fuel to get there. Herbert Pineda's eyes must have got huge coming through that final corner, seeing Jack Hedgecoats just coasting to the line. David Bush there going to hold off Jay Steffi. Jay Steffi going to promptly drive his car into the wall. Matt's going to leave Barranco and Weeperson across the line. Graff and McKenzie across the line. Javier Sierra going to take the win in TCR. Roman Bykoff in 2nd with James McCrae coming home in 3rd spot. Aaron Sunday and Faraz Ibrahim across the line. Oliver Brooks, David Marino through the final corner for the final time. Come home in 19th place. Kian Majuro, rough race for him. Had that extended pit stop, a minute 22. Was battling towards the front end before he had that issue. A couple more corners to go here for Kian Majuro. This is going to be our final driver on track, and then that should make things official. Robert J. Nelson's still out there, but he is a lap down, or actually it's just on the tail. The lead lap. There goes Maduro across line. Here comes Nelson into the final corner for the final time. We never did find out what happened to his car that had that rear wing. All sorts of wrong. Never did see anything else flagged for him, so I'm not sure what happened to do that, but he was able to get in, get those repairs done, and he's going to finish up the race in 24th position, so nicely done for him. That'll make the race official. Let's look at the results here. Let's take a look at our GTE results first. Jack Hedgecoke's taking the win. Herbert Pineda in second place with Josh Heagy. Rounding out the pole, our biggest gainer, a hard charger, is Anthony Jenkins. Most laps were led by Jack Hedgecoke's. Fastest lap too as well, 2:14.4. It's a quick lap. I think it's actually a little slower than what the GTEs used to do. Over in TCR, we see Javi Sierra taking the win in the Aero Connects Hyundai Elantra. Roman Bykoff comes home second in Honda Civic Type R, and James McRae rounds out the podium. Javi Sierra led this one basically pole to pole, with Roman Bykoff picking up a couple laps led during the pit cycle time. So there we go. It wraps things up here for our Racer Appreciation Race at not sure what's going on here. Colin McKenzie giving David Bush a little bit of a boost back to the pits. Again, thank you to all of our drivers, all of our leagues who have participated this season here on Racers Nexus. We appreciate all of you. Look forward to covering what's coming up this season across all of our leagues we cover. We've got a little bit of everything from NASCAR racing to GT racing, prototype racing. We've got jumpy trucks on Fridays, NASCAR trucks on Saturdays, and everything else in between. Mazdas, GT4 action, basically anything you can want to get into and race. If you're interested in getting involved with any of those leagues, you can go through the playlists on the channel. Basically, all those leagues are coming back with more or less the same cars, some of them expanding. All their Discord channels will be in the description of the videos. Use those to get yourself into the league, get yourself out on racing. Almost all of them are free to join, although they do take donations to help cover the cost to run the leagues. So you can be here getting broadcast on Racers Nexus 2 as well. But that'll wrap things up here for me. Again, this has been our Week 13 fun race, driver appreciation race here, sponsored by Racer Nexus in appreciation of our drivers who have participated this past season. So we look forward to seeing you all on track. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Bye for now.